I'm going to show you exactly how I read a task before I hand any of it to AI. The whole method, nothing held back, and then I will show you the app I built that does it with you. Let us start with one real task. A manager says one sentence. Use AI to prepare the client proposal and send it by the end of the day. That sounds like one task, yes? And AI can do most of it. It can pull the client brief together, it can structure the proposal, it can draft the scope, suggest a timeline, use standard pricing language. It's gonna write cover email, and in just few minutes you are looking at a finished document. It reads well, it looks professional. If you didn't know better, you would send it. So let us look at what is actually inside that document. Inside it are business decisions. What exactly are we promising this client? Can the team actually deliver that? Is the timeline real, or is it the timeline the client wants to hear? Is the price approved or just close enough? Are we quietly accepting terms we do not normally accept? And once it is sent, who owns the commitment? None of those are writing tasks, Not even one. They are decisions. Judgment calls with consequences attached. And here's the trap. If the whole thing is handed to AI, the proposal still goes out. It's gonna be polished on time. Your dashboard will look clean, carry commitments that nobody actually made. Nobody sat down and decided the price was right or the timeline was real. It was drafted into existence. Then weeks later, the client holds you to a promise and you go looking for who made it, and you find that nobody did. The AI didn't decide it, it only wrote it, and the person who sent it assumed the decision had already been made somewhere else. That is the moment I want you to see clearly, because there is a belief running underneath all of this. Most teams are running on it without ever saying it out loud. The belief is this: if AI can complete the task, we can hand over the task. And it feels reasonable. The output is good. The work is done. Why would you not hand it over? But that belief is exactly what sends the proposal with nobody behind it. Here is the truer one, and this is the whole episode. So let it sit. AI can write the proposal, it cannot own the promise. Writing and owning are two different things. AI is very good at first. It cannot do the second at all, and most of the risk in your work lives in the second part. So this is how you read a task before you hand any of it over. You stop treating it as one task. You take it apart and you ask 4 questions. The first, what can AI safely support? This is the work AI is genuinely good at. Putting the brief together, structuring the document, drafting the standard sections, producing the first version. This part, let it run. It's a real help, and refusing it is just stubbornness. Most tasks have a large, safe, portable core. Name it and hand it over without guilt. The second, what has to stay human? And be very strict here. In the proposal, there is the scope, the price, the delivery commitment, the trade-offs, the final promise to the client. These are the parts where a wrong call costs money or trust or both. The test is simple. If getting it wrong creates a consequence somebody has to answer for, it stays with the person. That part never leaves. The third, who owns each piece. Not who does it, who owns it. The account lead owns the commitment to the client. The delivery lead confirms the team can actually do the work. Finance or legal looks at anything outside the agreed lines. This is the question teams skip most, and it is the one that matters most, because a task where everybody is a little responsible is a task where nobody is. Ownership has to have a name on it. And the fourth, where does the work have to stop? Every delegated task needs a line where the AI or the person running it has to pause and escalate. In the proposal, it stops when the requirements are unclear, when nobody has confirmed capacity, when the price falls outside the approved range, when the proposal includes something non-standard. The stop condition is what keeps a fast process from driving off a cliff quietly. That is the method. 4 questions: what AI supports, what stays human, who owns it, where it stops. So watch what changes when you read the task this way. First, the manager still says the same sentence: use AI to prepare the proposal and send it by the end of the day. But now the task is already separated before anyone touches it. AI drafts the whole first version fast, exactly as it did before: the brief, the structure, the standard sections, your email, nothing lost there. Then it holds at the 4 places that carry a commitment. The price is checked against the approved range by the person who actually owns pricing. The timeline is confirmed with the delivery lead, not assumed into the document. The non-standard term is flagged and looked at, not buried on page 3. And the account lead reads the final promise and puts their name on it before it goes. The proposal still goes out the same day, just as fast, but now every commitment inside it was actually made by a person who can stand behind. That is the whole difference. Not slower work, owned work. And notice what the 4 questions really did here for you. Did not slow the task down. They found the 4 decisions hiding inside and put a human on each one, while letting AI carry everything else. Now you might be thinking, this sounds slow. That if you stop and ask 4 questions on every task, you lose the speed that made AI worth using in the first place. I understand why it feels that way, but in actual, it's backwards. You do not do this on every task forever. You do it once when you design the workflow. You decide upfront what AI supports, what can be automated, what humans own, where it stops. And then the work runs fast and safely because the decision is already built in. The slow part is one-time design cost. The alternative, cleaning up a promise that nobody made, is the expensive one. Because here is the honest part. It is one thing to do that one slowly on camera. It is another to do it every task, every week, when the work is moving fast and proposal is day to day. That is where it slips, not because people are careless, because nobody built the decision into the workflow. So the task gets handed over whole and the promise lives with it. That is why I built an app. It works with you exactly I walked you through. Someone ran a real task through it yesterday. You bring one real task you are about to hand to AI, the tool is gonna separate for you. It maps what AI can safely support, what has to stay human, and who owns the outcome, and where the work should stop. It doesn't make the judgment for you. That was never the point here. It surfaces the decision clearly so a person can actually make it. And before anything's come back to you, I read every one myself. It is early and I would rather it be honest than polished. So I'm opening it to a few people who actually want to use it. Bring me one task you are thinking of giving to AI, and you get back a proper brief, reviewed by me. In return, you tell me straight what it got right and what it missed. Because the goal was never to write a faster proposal or a faster reply. It was to make sure the promise inside it belongs to someone. AI can write the proposal. It cannot own the promise.